Let's get to it. Let's take a look at it. Last night, I wrote in the trade updates that the daily close is crap. Potential entry only after taking liquidity below 76K. Let's just take a look here. The problem, of course, was that we did this kind of double swing fail, meaning we did this right here. And that's not exactly a pretty sight. Mainly, I'm worried about this high. It was kind of weird here. Yeah, I drew it on my phone. That's why it looked bad. I'm mostly concerned about this swing fail in this low. Here we have some interesting confluence again, potentially. But on yesterday's morning stream, I said this is the area we need to hold. Yeah, but that was like, I expected us to make this spike and continuation once we kinda tried to push up, and then we saw that reversal. So right now for me, this range is the more important one that I'm watching, that I'm tracking. I'll admit that at this moment, I was kind of shorting on a low time frame at this entry. This entry here, I shorted with a take profit right here. At this point, I already have a break-even stop loss, so it's kind of irrelevant. But the point is that this move still makes the most sense to me. Coincidentally, this move is also going for that monthly high we spoke, that we talked about, that we don't want to close below. And time's running out. Yeah, as you can see, now those two lines are at the same level. In other words, friends, this is a really important level that's here until Saturday. At worst, we need to do this, and that's why I will lend a hand and defend this level, meaning I'll be long in this myself. Could it go to hell? Like always. Yeah? Could it get messed up? Of course it can. Yeah, that's just how it is. But this is a level that we simply have to defend on the monthly time frame, given that we have 4 or 5 days until the end of the month. This is a spot I'll definitely long if it comes to it. Yeah, of course it's possible this happens right away and my short gets squeezed to break even. Anyway, this is the spot I'm looking at now. So the only plan for today is this. Yeah, obviously there could be some overshoot here, but this is the plan I'm looking at. Along with this plan, I have one more plan that I really like right now, and that's Zeke. Zeke is already in the zone I kind of sketched out yesterday. Yeah, we were here, and I just kind of scribbled that it would go here. To be honest with you, this is a really quite fascinating setup for me right now that I want to long along with Bitcoin. That means, sorry, I'll just turn off this distracting phone. This is a setup that I want to go long on along with Bitcoin, given that I'll be keeping an eye on target 1, target 2. Yeah, so ideally I'd like it if along with Bitcoin we did another dip like this for this low, then a reclaim in this. Yeah, so these are two setups that I think will be ready today. Yeah, so today or tomorrow at the latest, I expect these two setups to crystallize, which I really like right now. I won't lie, I also like XPL in this kind of context because XPL was able to close above the red resistance line, retest that red line, and at this particular point in time, for me, this is a very interesting potential setup as well. Yeah, the invalidation is just an all-time low at this point. Very interesting retest. Very high risk reward. I like this setup. Yeah, here we also have everything we needed to know. We have consolidation here, liquidity grab below this low, and then a sudden reclaim. Let's look at it from a monthly perspective. The monthly perspective also grabbed liquidity. Yeah, on the daily time frame, I'm starting to like this setup, and there's just a huge risk reward. Yeah, huge risk reward. So this is another thing I'm looking at. To be honest, nothing else really caught my eye. The S&P, let's just take a look. The S&P is very likely going for this little gap, which means Bitcoin also has a tendency to go slightly down, in my opinion. The dollar index is still consolidating. Silver dumped a bit again. Gold dumped a bit. Nothing surprising there. I'm still waiting. I need a little dip here, friends. I need a little dip here. I messed this up. Oh well. Total. No need to comment here. No need to comment. No need to comment. I think there's not much need to comment on anything else. Yeah, everything at this point is very straightforward, in my opinion. So, one more recap. This is a Bitcoin long that I'm going to take. Yet, regardless of what happens, I'll go for this. I'll jump into this. And within the monthly close perspective, the second thing I really like is Zeke. That'll be confluence with Bitcoin. And I'd like hype, but I don't see anything interesting there yet. No interesting structure that I'd like that much. In pure theory, this could already be the finale. Well, the finale of this correction, meaning that here, for me, we don't have to go any lower at all. Yeah, just a retest like this, maybe grab liquidity under this low once more, reclaim the dotted line, and full send. Show me the levels again. What is it? Contextually, the Monday range definitely makes sense. Reclaim the Monday range, and at that point, it's actually a Coughlin at the same time. So that's it, friends. That means that right now, the only three things I'm looking at are Bitcoin, ZAC, and XPL. This one is just extra in case of an interesting reaction. Yeah, but otherwise, I like these three things. These three things. And now it's just a question of whether Bitcoin sneezes a bit more and actually goes for these two red lines or not. Yeah, I would obviously like it best if it did. So that's it. That's all, friends. Talked out in 5 minutes.